Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Alex Wong, a parent of a kindergartner at SFUSD and a board member of SF Parent Action.
And I'm Meredith Dodson, a parent of two children at SFUSD, also co-founder and executive director with SF Parent Action. We're so thrilled to make this announcement today of our parent endorsed candidates for the San Francisco Board of Education 2024 election.
Yeah, those of us who know our history know that parents just a few years ago were kept out of the equation of who got elected to the school board. There was no group like ours before 2022, making parent endorsements for this crucial body that makes decisions impacting the quality of education for San Francisco's 50,000 students. We've come a long way because of parents like you who got us here. Our broad and diverse parent network from across the city developed and worked on our months-long endorsement process to plan a truly participatory parent-led process. Our parents and caregivers developed a thorough candidate questionnaire, held a phenomenal candidate interview day, and provided input on our endorsement materials that you'll see this fall. Earlier this week, our 6-person SF Parent Action Board and 8-person Parent Leadership Council, representing diverse backgrounds and experiences, met to discuss and approve our parent endorsements, which became immediately apparent as we reviewed feedback and comments from nearly 100 SF parents' core advocates.
Through that parent-led process, we landed on our endorsed candidates. Given that it's May, where there are still other candidates entering the race, and we've decided to early endorse 3 strong candidates and hold 1 seat open for a later date. Parents seek out candidates who've a proven track record of putting students first, who reflect the communities we serve, who understand what good governance looks like, who will manage the district finances sensibly, and we cannot underscore this enough, who are willing to work collaboratively with their peers, with the superintendent, staff, families, teachers, and the community. Our community sought out candidates who align fully with SF Parents' values, who believe in and who will work towards making our public schools both more equitable and excellent so that every student has what they need to thrive and meet their full potential. And with that, we're now thrilled to announce our endorsed candidates for the 2024 SF Board of Education election, Supryia Ray, Parag Gupta, and Jaime Huling. These candidates have captured what our families are looking for this election season, and they've received our SF Parent Action endorsement. We're also excited to share that the candidates are here with us today.
All right, thank you for joining us, Supryia, Parag, and Jaime. These 3 candidates, all public school parents, received overwhelming support from the families in our network. Families commented on how student-centered these candidates are, how they appreciate the candidates' determination to bring both equity and excellence back to SFUSD, and how the candidates have expressed a willingness and desire to work collaboratively with their peers on the board, the superintendent and staff, and to focus intensely on student outcomes to drive all of their decision making. SF Parent Action's families believe that Supryia, Parag, and Jaime will set an ambitious vision and direction for our district and do everything in their power to ensure SFUSD moves along a path towards achieving that vision. So Supryia, Parag, and Jaime, we're thrilled to support your candidacy for the November election. We'd love to hear from you briefly. I'll start with Supryia. As a parent who has been an incredible advocate within SFUSD since before our organization even started, how will you use your experience to help San Francisco's public school kids?
Hi, Alex and Meredith, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Supryia Ray, and I so appreciate SF Parents' endorsement, along with my fellow parent leaders, Jaime and Parag. As Alex and Meredith both mentioned, I've actually been working and advocating with you, fellow parents, and with other families and teachers and education advocates in SFUSD for years now in order to improve the student experience and to improve student outcomes. I worked on issues ranging from reopening and outdoor learning and good governance to literacy, math, and safety. I am running because I want to make sure every kid in SFUSD has the access and opportunity that they need to thrive, and to make sure that the voices of all key stakeholders are heard. Many of us have felt silenced for too long. My priorities are three around the budget, safety, and excellence, because this is what I believe we need in order to get our school district back on track. On a personal note, I am an attorney and a writer. I also have experience in teaching, as I used to teach primarily adults and subjects such as literacy and math. And I also taught some at-risk and tutored some at-risk youth. I also come from a background of significant adversity. And as a result, I really know what it means for schools to be a launching pad and a place of safety and opportunity so that each kid can achieve their full potential. I managed to get to Harvard Law School from where I am, and I want to make sure that every kid has the opportunity to do what they want to do. I believe very strongly in making sure that we connect with all communities, that we listen to everybody, are open to everyone's voice, and that we work together to come up with the best solutions that we can. Ultimately, what we all want is safe, quality schools, and I will be ready on day one. I ask for your vote and for your support, and I thank you.
Thank you, Supryia. And Parag, as a parent in the district and a nonprofit director, how will you use your experience to help San Francisco's public school kids?
So first of all, thank you so much for this endorsement. I'm really excited to be endorsed by San Francisco parents. And my name is Parag Gupta. My journey begins with my parents. They immigrated to the United States with $200 in their pocket. They faced economic hardship, but they never scrimped when it came to my education and the education of my brother and my sister. Through great difficulty, they moved us over to Fremont in the East Bay so we could attend one of the best public high schools in the country. That set me up for success because excellence was expected. And we should expect excellence and lead with excellence for our 48,000 students in SFUSD. I've been empowering others to have the same access to opportunities that I had for nearly 25 years. I currently serve as an executive of the largest nonprofit affordable houser in the country. And there, I'm leading a shift in our resident programming from one that's more compliance-driven, check the boxes, to one that is more outcome-driven around what we do as an organization. Prior to that, I was the architect of programs for a philanthropy focused on getting our SFUSD youth to and through a post-secondary outcome. I myself am a proud SFUSD parent and served as a school site council chair for a few years where I worked hand in hand and shoulder to shoulder with our teachers during the toughest and darkest times of COVID. And I was very proud to get our teachers what they saw as well. As a current member of the San Francisco DCCC, I wrote the policies, the Democratic Party's position on SFUSD focused on three things. These are the three things that I would focus on if I were elected to the school board: fiscal solvency, continuing the work on student outcomes, and creating neighborhood excellent schools that families can predictably attend. Thank you so much again for this endorsement. I really look forward to working for the parents.
Thanks, Parag. And Jaime, as a parent in the district and as a longtime activist, how will you use your experience to help out San Francisco's public school students?
Well, thank you so much to SF parents. I'm so excited to be parent endorsed as a mom in the district. I'm also the daughter of a conservative car salesman and drill sergeant father and a working class Latina mom who raised me with progressive Catholic values. As you can imagine, there was a little bit of conflict in my family growing up, and I learned how to be a fighter. That set me on the path in college to become an activist. When I was in college, I made the perhaps dubious decision to join a sorority. And what I saw was unchecked sexual abuse of my fellow students. And I led campus activism to hold the administration accountable for keeping my fellow students safe. Later, in law school, I became an advocate. I was so lucky that one of the first cases that I got to work on was after our own former mayor, Gavin Newsom, took the courageous step of granting marriage licenses to same-sex couples in San Francisco. As we know, the whole religious right of the country descended on California and tried to stop it. And I, along with other wonderful activists, took that case to the California Supreme Court, and we won, paving the way for marriage equality in California. Later, I got to help finish the job as a movement attorney in the Obergefell case. I've been a local government deputy city attorney for over 8 years, and I've spent the bulk of my career fighting to solve problems for the people of San Francisco and helping our government work better. I've done everything from stand up to the Trump administration to hold the opioid industry accountable for the problems on our streets. And I'm a mom. I'm a mom of an SFUSD first grader in Spanish immersion, and I am the mom of a 22-month-old still in diapers. And I'm so excited to work with parents in the district to fight for our schools and fight for all of our kids to have the equitable and excellent education that they deserve.
Thank you so much to all three of you, and congratulations on receiving the Parent Action endorsement. We also want to say a big thank you to the families out there who are watching this, the youth, the teachers, our community who participated in our process that led to this incredibly strong endorsement of incredible leaders. We can't wait to kick off the campaign season with you and support these incredible strong leaders for our students, for our schools. As we mentioned earlier, because there are 4 spots open, we will likely add 1 additional endorsement at a later date to be determined. So please stay tuned for what's next on our end, and make sure you're signed up for our updates so you can get involved with our efforts to get Supryia, Parag, and Jaime elected in November to the SF Board of Education.